The next Ultra Unlock event, Strength of Steel, is starting Thursday, July 25th at 10 a.m. and running to Tuesday, July 30th at 8 p.m. local time. This will be the debut of Shiny Togedemaru in Pokemon Go. Here's a little sneak peek at that Shiny if you have not seen this one before. Now in this video, I'm going to go over all the event details, plus all the best Pokemon to hunt. I'm going to try a different format out for this. I'm going to show you all the Pokemon and then tell you which are the best ones, either because they're Shiny boosted or they're useful for something. So let's jump right into it, starting with the bonuses. And there are some really nice bonuses here, including additional Candy XL for successfully catching Pokemon for trainers level 31 and up, increased chance for trainers level 31 and up to receive Candy XL for successfully catching Pokemon with nice throws or better, additional candies for nice throws or better, and then 3 times Stardust for catching Pokemon. Because there are some really nice Pokemon in here that are good for either Master League or as raid attackers, those XL candies and the extra candies are both very good bonuses. And of course, 3 times Stardust, one of the best bonuses in Pokemon Go. Most useful resource. And the nice thing about Stardust over XP is if you have an auto catcher, you can let that do a lot of the work for you because it doesn't depend on you getting good throws. Of course, the candy ones, some of them there do, so you still might want to do a lot of hand catching, especially for something like Beldum. But now let's jump into the wild encounters. We're going to try this a little differently, as I said. So here are all the wild encounters that you will see during this event. Now, in terms of good ones to hunt, there are some perma-boosted shinies in here as regular spawns, including Galarian Stunfisk, Bronzor, and Pineco. All boosted, 1 in 64. And then the rarer spawns, of course, are boosted as well. Onyx, Scizor, Skarmory, and Clink. So all of those 1 in 64 chance for shinies. Now in terms of the useful ones here for GBL or for raid attackers, we have a Alolan Sandslash from Sandshrew. That's good in the Great League, either as a shadow or non-shadow, and as a shadow in the Ultra League. But honestly, in the Ultra League, you can also use the non-shadow. Then we have Magnezone from Magnemite. It's Spice in the Great League and Ultra League, and also in the Master League as a shadow. Aggron evolves into Aggron, which has a Mega in the game. Beldum evolves into Metagross, which is a great Master League Pokemon, and as a shadow is a great Steel type raid attacker. And as a non-shadow, it's actually pretty decent as well. But it also has a Mega, an amazing Mega, that will come to the game eventually. We also have Galarian Stunfisk, which is just a staple in Ultra League and Great League. Then there's Togedemaru, which is good for the Electric Cup. And of course, a new shiny. Onyx evolves into Steelix, which is making a comeback in the Great League and Ultra League. The Shadow ranks higher in Ultra League, but you can run Shadow or non-Shadow in either league, to be honest. And then we also have Scizor, which evolves into Scizor, which does have a Mega in the game. It's a great Pokemon for new players. It is super spammy, so it can help you with rockets when you don't have good counters for their types, or even as raids. Sadly, as a Mega, it does not see much use in Pokemon Go as a raid attacker for those players with larger collections, but it is useful for boosting candy for events that feature both Bug and Steel types, so definitely still a good one to grab for the Mega, and of course, the Shiny Dex if you don't have that. All right, next up, let's take a look at the raids. There are going to be 1 and 3-star raids for this event. There is some good stuff in here. So in the 1-star raids, we see Skarmory, Clink, Ponyard, and Togedemaru, and in the 3-star raids, we see Steelix, Scizor, Mawile, and Aggron. Note that Togedemaru is boosted shiny rates in the raids only for this event, so not in the wild, but in the raids. So you could throw a couple dailies at it if you want a boosted shot at that one. Now, another important one to talk about here that we didn't cover in the wild spawns is Ponyard. Now, it's usually in eggs only, so hard to get and hard to get the shiny of. Its Evo Bisharp isn't useful for much, can be Spice in Great League and Ultra League, but it has another Evo King Gambit that could be good in Pokemon Go when it comes, depending on its moveset. So this is a good one to go after in the raids, especially if you don't like hatching eggs. An easier way to get a few cracks at it here. And then another one here to talk about is Mawile. It isn't actually useful for much right now, but it does have a Mega that is Steel Fairy type, which is a kind of an interesting typing, and that should come to the game at some point, so you might want a high IV1 for that. All right, let's take a look at the field research next. Again, there is some good stuff in here. So we have Beldum, Clink, and Togedemaru, and then some field research tasks that will also award Mega Energy for Steelix, Scizor, and Aggron. So if you're missing Mega Energy for either of those, could be a good way to get it here. Now, in terms of what's good here, every one of these Pokemon is either in raids or in the wild, so we talked about them, but I will say this is a good spot to hunt Beldum because you want it for Master League or as a raid attacker or for the Mega. You want as high IVs as possible. And from the field research, that is your best shot to get high IVs. I'm not saying don't hunt it in the wild. You still want it for the candies. And of course, you could come across good IVs in the wild too. But from the field research, you have a better chance at getting high IVs. So definitely do not sleep on that field research. Next up, let's take a look at the research and our collection challenges. There is going to be a timed research. When you complete it, you're going to get a magnetic lure module, XP, and encounters with event-themed Pokemon. That magnetic lure module, very useful. You need it to evolve some Pokemon like Magneton into Magnezone, Nosepass into Probopass, and Charjabug into Vikavolt. Charjabug not in this event, but the other two are. And you do need to be around a magnetic lure module to evolve those. So definitely a good one to get your hands on if you want to evolve them during this event. Now there are going to be collection challenges as well. You complete those, you'll get Stardust, as well as encounters with and Mega Energy for certain Steel type Pokemon. And then finally, we are going to have the Pokestop showcases as well. So if you get any double XLs or even some XLs for some of these Pokemon, hang on to them, throw them in these showcases, hopefully work on that showcase medal if you can. All right, everybody, that's all the information I have for you in this video. Let me know in the comments down below how you liked the structure of this video. Was it quicker, more efficient, and easier to understand? Also, let me know in the comments down below what's your top hunt for this event, or if there's any steel types that you would have liked to see during this event that aren't, or maybe even a new steel type that could have debuted during this event. And also right now, let's say a big thanks to the mythical members, Body on a Planet, Kate, Maddie B, Assassin Octopus, and Fallman. Thank you to them for supporting the channel at the mythical level. It really does help, as well as all of you who watch the videos, come to the live streams, comment, like, lurk, all that kind of stuff. Very much helps out, and I'm very grateful for you all. I hope you have a great Ultra Unlock Strength of Steel event. Get all the shinies you want, maybe even a Shundo, and we'll see you in the next one, friends.
I've got something incredibly funky.